I never know when this thing goes live or not. Well, welcome to the live, everybody. Was hoping to have some counterparts in the chat here, and we're gonna just discuss a few things. I have some theories. I don't know if I'm imagining things or putting two and two together that aren't actually there, or it's just a fancy theory of what could happen. But we'll talk about that tonight. I'm going to give it a few minutes here before we go into any kind of discussion like that. Give a few people a chance to come into the live here. Don't mind me. I'm just sipping on my Kool-Aid here. Man, this would be a good time while nobody's here. See if I can add some music. Enable, share, flashlight, mute microphone. Not doing all that. I wonder how I can add. How about plus? Let's start a poll. No, we're not doing that. I guess I can't add music to this. I really need to get StreamYard. StreamYard, apparently, you can add music on the fly when you're on a live like this. I hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. I know I sure did. I got to hang out with some family members and stay home. That was the nicest part, actually getting to be home, guys. It was cool. Um, I hope y'all had a blessed one as well. We ate some really good food, let me tell you. We had Christmas Eve, we had like the best pot roast ever with all sorts of goodies in there. And then we had chicken piccata. It's an interesting dish. Uses a lot of butter and olive oil and lemons. He kind of like I don't know what he did. I got to get the recipe from the brother-in-law there. He breads these little pieces of chicken, right? Chicken breasts, filleted, and he uses a whole bunch of lemon zest off of like 12 different lemons, lots of lemon juice. Puts it all in there with some spaghetti pasta, capers, um, some type of white wine, whatever part of the sauce, and man, is it good. I'm really gonna have to get the recipe from that guy because dang, it knocks it out of the park. But it seems to not be a very easy recipe. Usually takes an hour and a half to 2 hours to put it all together. So it's a more advanced recipe. I guess that's maybe why I'm a little intimidated on it. I just wanted to also throw a shout out there, a shout out to Miss Toolie Toolie. Thank you for the coaster and the stickers. They are lovely. Thank you. Stacking Surfer also. Thank you very much for the sticker and all the coins I've won from you over the some of your giveaways in previous videos. Just wanted to say thank you on that. Before I lose my train of thought, I'm going to take a couple notes just to remind myself why I'm connecting some dots that may or may not be there. Let's see here. That one. What's another good one? Oh yes. That one. Yes. We'll call it that thing. Yes. What's another one? We get that. We get that. I had this epiphany moment earlier. I should have started taking notes down. It was like 30 minutes ago, and I thought to myself, man, I really don't want to lose this train of thought, and I really want to get it out there on the airwaves if anybody else is thinking like this and see what you guys think about it. Oh, yes. Okay. I gotta get my whole train of thought going here. Man, I'm really surprised nobody's coming in right now. I'm just again, I'm stalling, waiting for some bodies to come into the live chat here. I think it'll be an interesting discussion. I wish I could have just on the fly been like, hey, boom, constitutional stacker, Toolie Toolie, Tiger, even stacking surfer, anybody just be like, hey, let's do a live, let's do this right now. I need to get some numbers or something like that, because just kind of like the somewhere over the rainbow guy that would saying that the somewhere over the rainbow number. He did it all in one take at 2:30 in the morning, and it's awesome. Like sometimes inspiration just strikes like that. You know what I'm saying, guys? And sometimes you need to just take advantage of that. Oh, while we're waiting for anybody to come in, I can do a little show and tell what I got for Christmas here. So the wifey here, let me see. I'm trying to introduce this guy here. See how it goes. Oh boy. Yeah, that's not going to work too well. It might work all right for our purposes. Hope you guys can see that just fine. It's a magnifying glass with a light on it, so you can better view some stuff. I know my lighting's not the best in here, but yeah, she hooked me up with this guy right here. As some of you may or may not remember, a couple months back, I thought I had won something from Akataka's giveaway there. He was giving away 2 coins. I guess the 2 coins from the Persimmon, and I didn't quite win, apparently. He mistakenly picked me, and he went back and reviewed the data, and he saw that I was not the first one to pick that. So I didn't win it. It was a koala bear and a super pet, and the wife remembered that. And she hooked me up with a nice Perth Met Super Pet 2019. Love the wife. She remembers little details like that. You guys have a loved one out there that just remembers the little things that stick with you. Kind of cool. I like that Super Pet. And you catch the light just right. It does look like it's three-dimensional in a bit. You can almost look down the pit there, almost like a canyon. Kind of cool. But yeah, this one still has the queen. I don't know how I feel about Charles on the coinage yet. I'm a bigger fan of the queen on the coinage there than anybody else. Get that one more time. Also, I don't know if you guys have seen this. I've been trying to stay busy. All these ideas I have had floating around in my head. Actually, we can leave that there for a second. And I just been trying to do some of them. Let me know what you guys think. How my time-lapse videos went. I was trying to make something soothing for the soul there, time-lapse video, just doing something. There's just something about those. They're, I don't know, it's not so much brain mush, but at the same time, it's relaxing. Just trying to make something nice out there for everybody. But yeah, this is kind of a before untouched round. I poured this. As you guys seen in my earlier videos, I haven't stamped these ones. These were my first batch of the Tri-Point Celtic Knots. Kind of cool. And then this one, I took the time to not only clean up with a wire wheel, but I took the time to put a polish on it. It's kind of cool, huh? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I don't know anybody's here right now, but let me know what you think later on there in the comments. What do you guys think? Should I leave my pores alone? Does this look prettier, or does this look prettier? Hey, Elite Collection, welcome to the party, buddy. I'm going to be discussing later a theoretical what could happen kind of event, but at the same time not be doom and gloom. So again, it's theoretical, and what could we do to protect ourselves in such scenarios? But yeah, I'm just doing a little show and tell of my work that I've been doing this week since I've been home. I've been on the road so long, man, it just sucks. But yeah. Well, Elite, what do you think, man? Do you think I should leave these rounds that I poured alone? Have it on this guy here? Was this one preferable? Or was the high polish I did, was that more preferable? Clean up. There's probably some more boogers in there. I didn't really do a good job of getting the rag down there and cleaning it up, but I just did a quick pass on it. I'll maybe apply some soap and water and get that polish out of the cracks. You like the polished, awesome. I know, worst comes to worst, I don't even sell these as rounds. They'll just be paperweights, right? Kind of cool. There's that one I did. Mrs. Brokestacker took a shot at this one. She's like, oh, I got to get on the fun. So she cleaned that one up. This is kind of, again, a before and after deal. You know, I find it very comical that the broke stacker BS 2023 is 2023. Just to me, it feels like it's been a BS year, right? I need to start weighing and weighing before and afters on how much material this actually pops off of here. But this one was pretty fun too. I actually, literally, I say paperweights because I let that I took an old garbage bag, grocery store bag, put it down to try to keep my bench here clean, and or tabletop desk, whatever you want to call this thing. And I used these as literal paperweights to hold it down while I'm working on it. So you'll see that paper in the background on those polishing videos. This one, I didn't do as much polishing on the very outer edge as I did on this guy. I don't know if that shows or not. This one has a little higher polish. I took a little more time with it. But let me tell you, these things get freaking hot when you do that. So I don't know if you want to wear gloves or not, but I have a pretty good tolerance when it comes to pain and all that. But dang, these things were getting up over 140 degrees, 150 degrees for sure. I didn't put a Raytac on it, but I kind of know my own limits there. Would you guys like to see more polishing videos? I don't know, Elite. What do you think? Should I start doing some more of those? Should I do it? I kind of like the time elapsed video thing with some like soothing music on there. It's kind of soothing for the soul. That's what I was trying to go for with those. Yeah, it'll burn you there, Elite. I tell you. Who else we got in the hizzy over here? The thing's telling me we got three bodies. Anybody would like to say hi in the chat? You're more than welcome to. I don't know where I got that boo boo. Whatever. It happens when you work with your hands, am I right? Oh yeah, the that's those. Also, come back to this. I don't know if you saw the show and tell earlier or not. This was my one of my supreme Christmas gifts I got this year is a Super Pit Australia Perth Mint. No, not over end over end. It is a British coin, so it's side to side on the flip, right? Still getting used to this light here. Rural girl in the hizzy. What's going on, girl? Good to see you. Welcome to some theoretical discussion. We're going to be going over that here very shortly. I took a couple little notes. I had a little bit of a epiphany a moment when I was thinking of certain facts coming into play and lots of things just being said out there in the world. Get rid of the magnifying glass there. Keep a little bit of that light here, though. It's a little dark here, I just noticed. Don't mind my Kool-Aid in the back here, guys. I'm just here to enjoy your good company. But yeah, this one, the wife made me a little keep us in the spirit hat, little kind of a Santa hat. She made this from scratch. She really is an amazing. Got a couple loose ends, but that's fine. I've had this thing for a few years now. This is my festive wear in the holiday seasons. Got a nice little bell on the end and everything, right? I wish I had a few more things like that. I'm pretty hard on stuff, so it's not her stitching. That's probably me being rough on it. So, oh yeah, anybody else have any old vintage cold steel stuff? This is I'm getting a little bit better close up there. Oh, when I utilize the close up thingamabobbin. Get the focus on there. I apologize. This is a VG1 Voyager cold steel made in Japan. They don't make these anymore, the VG1 steel. I swear I watched them do the torture test on this guy, and they cut 1-inch manila rope freehanding over 1,000 times, and it still cut clean through the 1-inch manila rope. This is a really good steel for edge retention. They literally don't make them like this anymore unless you're going to buy their Semi 3 steel, which they don't make in a folder anymore. I have one of those old collection Semi 3 folder knives. I will probably do some more show and tell on my knives. I've always had a a thing about knives, and I don't buy wall hangers. I like functional stuff, guys. In the chat, real quick, have you guys ever heard of Cold Steel or Microtech or what's the other guy there? Chris Reeves knives, anything like that? What's your guys' favorite knife brand? Silver Boy Blues. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for the ad there recently on the subscription. I do appreciate it. Hi, Broke. This question is off topic, but as a new stacker, I'm trying to figure out the buy-sell spread in case I want to or have to eventually as I stack in gold and silver. Oh, as far as you're gonna have to sell and liquidate immediately. Just remember, if you're planning on being in the market short term, there might be better ways to do it than buying the physical, unless you're buying at a historic low and plan on selling at a roughly a quick turnabout in like the next year or two, and you're planning on it going up, let's say $5 on spot. So you bought it let's say you bought at $19 at spot, you averaged $21, $22 for your buy. Even right now, you probably end up selling about $25. That's only a $4 spread. But at the same time, nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody knows where the market's going. I mean, eventually it will go up, but unless you really watch the market, and you've been watching it for a long time, charts really help with that, by the way, all-time charts. There's a good possibility you will stand to lose money. There's other things that you can buy in the short and sell in the short and make more money on. Roll Girls, I can't hear anything. Is there supposed to be audio? Yes, sir. Yes, there is, Roll Girl. Can you guys hear me? I didn't even take that into consideration if I'm having audio issues. Anybody at all? Can you hear me? Give me something in the chat there, please. But also on that note, if you can hear me, okay, you can hear me just fine. Hey, someone please type in the chat, because I suck at doing that apparently. Type in the chat to Rural Girl. It helps to close out YouTube altogether and then pop right back in. I've had that happen with me sometimes. It's like a glitch in the matrix, whatever, where you're not getting audio. So have her close out YouTube altogether, reopen it. If that doesn't work, might be time for an update. Do an update real quick, come back in. You should have full audio. I've had that happen to me before too. It's annoying. Sometimes it's just as simple as an update, or sometimes refresh your phone or your computer, whatever you're doing. Oh, yes. So, Silver Boy Blues, it helps to close out YouTube altogether and reopen it. Thank you. Thank you, Silver Boy Blues. I am terrible. I really need to figure out how to use StreamYard. I am using YouTube's app to live stream to you guys tonight, and I always have been. Uh, Apparently, there's a multitude of issues with YouTube. That's why a lot of guys use StreamYard, and I need to figure out how to do that appropriately. Sorry. Thank you. As far as your question there, Silverboy Blues, um, if you're planning on stacking your cash for long term, let's call it 5+ years, 10+years, that's when you want to start stacking the precious metals. That's when you want to start stacking some silver and gold, because annually, on average, silver over the last 100 years has gone up 3.5% annually, and gold's gone up, what is that, 4.5% annually. So stacking, okay, now you got it, cool. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good job, Rural Girl. So that being said, there's also dips. You have to, I have probably 120. Okay, cool. Um, so let's just say if you look at any asset, anything like that at all, You can make any asset look really good or really bad depending on where you zoom in on the chart and zoom out. Ounces of silver I've gotten since I started 2 or 3 months ago. Oh man, you're doing great. Just remember, dollar cost average. Don't blow your load all at once. If you're comfortable doing that amount every 3 or 4 months, yeah, that's cool. Cool breeze, welcome to the party. So keep in mind, right now, it could just be middle of the road. It could be really high. It could be really low in the market. For what's been going on with silver, it's closer to the high end over its overall high. I know, yeah, there was the Hunts brothers saying $50 an ounce. Yeah, that was a fluke Black Swan event. It lasted literally like 2 weeks. But overall, silver is actually closer to the high end right now. What was the highest? Like 27, $28 for spot. Not to mention premiums on top of that, but don't blow your load all at once. Yeah, I just ordered quarter ounce gold, and I just don't know whether to focus on silver or some gold. Well, you got to think about what's going to work for you. I've said this in a multitude of videos before. Have your goals. So let's just say for the whole year, you're gonna buy you plan on purchasing 100 ounces or 120 ounces for the whole year of silver and like 5 ounces of gold. You got to spread that out. You can't just do it all at once because you're gonna use dollar cost averaging to your advantage, and that really is going to help you. I mean, there's going to be some years that are just really high and some years are really low, but always buy the dips. Keep an eye on the dips, please. When in doubt, zoom out. Look at your charts in the long term, not just a week or a month. You got to go like 5, 10 years, or all the way back to the 80s. Look at all your data. It's hard to make any educated guess or idea what you're getting into without more data. More data, the better. I tell that with everybody on everything. It could be Bitcoin, it could be freaking gold, it's silver, it could be ammunition. When in doubt, zoom out, look at your historical costs and dollar cost average as you go. I heard a story from a chiropractor, his brother-in-law, whatever. I guess he wasn't on good terms with them, but he said in 2011, when prices were historically high and then historically low, he thought it was going to the moon. He bought $50,000 of silver when silver spot was at $33 an ounce. He's been sitting on that investment since 2011, and he's still been upside down underwater on it because he didn't do his research. He just took somebody's word for it. Oh, it's going to the moon. And well, it was already halfway to the moon, then it went back to Earth. So he screwed up right there. Yeah, I'm trying to put in about $500 to $600 per month is the goal on average. Okay, just don't know how to split between gold and silver. Keep stacking silver mostly. Right now, historically, silver spot is kind of at a discount if you look at the gold silver ratio right now. So it might be your better buy or your better value right now versus just buying gold. 1 second here, I'm getting a little parched. More Kool-Aid, right? Excuse me. Wow, your poor chiropractor. No, it was his brother. So my chiropractor guy, he's a pretty savvy guy. But apparently his brother-in-law was ill-informed at the time in 2011. You better be able to stack from space. Yes, sir, SC. Um, where was I? Where was I? Sorry. Yeah, dollar cost average. Don't just go in and blow your load. I mean, if you bought at $50 an ounce in 1980, you'd still be upside down on it. Look for those dips. I'd say anything at or under $25 an ounce for silver right now is a pretty fair deal. Like if you can get those deals, get them as much as you can. But just remember, it could also go down. You have to be ready to sit on that asset for 10 years if it goes wrong. Just keep that in mind. Now, as far as your stacking ratios go, I've heard a multitude of things. Some people like to do like 100 to 100 ounces of silver. All right, boom, I got 100 ounces or 5 tubes of Eagles. Now I'm going to go for an ounce of gold. Like heard some people do that. This guy right here, he's pretty smart. He's pretty savvy. I heard on a live stream the other day, he punched in a chat, he's doing 200 to 1, 200 ounces of silver, and then he gets an ounce of gold. So it's really up to you. Use your discretion, what's best going to work for you. So I'll tell that to anybody. My plan is going to be a little different from your plan. Disposable income, if you will, or what you can save or can't save is going to be different from mine or anybody else's deal. You really got to make that ultimate decision at the end. Again, not a financial advisor or any shit like that. Sorry, guys. Pardon my French. Oh, one more thing for everybody. Hey, Silver and Cigars, welcome to the party, buddy. SC as well. So another show and tell. I got a super pit for Christmas. Super stoked about that. The wife knows me very well. Also, I've been cleaning up some of my copper pores. I don't know if you guys saw that recently in some of my more recent videos. Did some time-elapse videos with that for you guys for your viewing pleasure. I hope you enjoy. But yeah. Oh, anytime, buddy. Like, feel free to email me if you have any more specific questions and more private ones. If you want to keep it off the airwaves here, that's fine by me too. I'm not a financial advisor, but you can give me all the data that you have, and I can make my best educated guess from there. I know a lot of your personal information was keep it personal. You don't need to put it out on the live stream like this. But yeah, what do you guys think? Am I better off polishing these things? I'm kind of doing like a 50-50 split right now because I haven't polished everything by any means. I haven't even polished one of my honeybee rounds yet, but I'm just having a little fun over here. I have my Ryobi rotary tool. Just having fun with it, you know what I mean? Nice. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. Some of these pores that are in the raw, I think they're just kind of you'll never get it back to looking like that again. You know what I mean? It's one time only. There are worse hobbies. That's right. I can't think of any terrible hobbies I have. Giggity. But yeah, oh, and good news, guys. I haven't even been really trying to go for more subs lately, but all new subs are welcome. Please like, share, subscribe, all that crap. But when I hit 200 subs, we're gonna be doing another giveaway. We're gonna do the Broke Battleship again because everybody was there, had a really good time. I had a fun time with it too. We'll be doing the Broke Battleship game again, and maybe we'll do some more of these rounds. Shit, I might even do this one. I don't know. Up to you guys. I haven't weighed this one yet. You guys want to see me weigh it? Let's see what we got here. I haven't actually weighed this one yet. I should have did a before and after just to see how much it comes off when I do all my grinding. Grams, carats, ounces, troy ounces. So let's come back to ounces. For those that don't know, precious metals, platinum, palladium, gold, silver are weighed in troy ounces, but this is more considered an industrial metal, copper still, so you wear that in regular ounces, which is 28 grams versus the 31.1 grams in a troy ounce. So we have 4.16 ounces on this guy. I'll eventually, probably this week, I'll be stamping all these guys just to make sure I don't have to go back and do it again later. It'd be cool. Oh, so I think we have enough guys here in the audience. I've been rambling on about nothing for 30 minutes. But yes, I wanted to tell you guys, I just had kind of an epiphany moment of, oh shit, this could be where it's going. Like all this information and data I've been taking in and accumulating for, let's call it 2 years straight now, on the airwaves, the above ground news and the underground news, all that. I just had an epiphany moment of what could happen, what's going on, and just not just in Congress, but around the world and everything else. The chess pieces are forming and placing themselves all across the world right now, and I'm not sure where all the pieces are going to land or not, which direction it's going to go. If this is intentional, unintentional, what's the real black swan versus what's been made up. Like we can all assume like things like the Nord Stream pipeline that was detonated, exploded, the one between Russia and Germany there was sabotaged, blown up, and blown to smithereens. Stuff like that was intentional. But why the Rook took out that knight or whatever you want to call it, why that happened is far beyond me. So I'm just trying to catalog and in my head, in my mind, and all that. And I sometimes I do this on a personal journal of mine just to get these out of my head because information's always swirling around in my head. Don't sweat the stuff you can't control. Just keep doing your thing. Yes, sir. That is right. There's the bubble theory. Keep everything in your bubble under control and do what you can in your bubble. Outside your bubble, don't worry about it, right? But at the same time, for investing purposes, protecting yourself and all that, it's nice to pay attention to what's really going on back. Everything seems to be working out. Excellent, Rule Girl. I apologize. It seemed like you had a technical malfunction with no audio earlier on the feed. Hope I'm coming through loud and clear now. All right, so um, let's review some of the items that are going on in my head about where my theory's going here. So we had what's going on, obviously, in Ukraine. Certain politicians giving the big middle finger to Russia and stuff like that. Not making it easy for them at all. I try to put myself in the shoes on both sides, and it's like, oh God, hey, Chuck Stacker, welcome in, guy. Um, so keep that in mind. We're not exactly doing anything that's friendly by any means when it comes to Mr. Putin there. I don't think a lot of it's justified. I think some of it can be justified, but at the same time, I think his hand was forced on a certain number of things. But we won't get into that. We'll just say that was one criteria that's leading up to the events that are soon come or happening at the moment. Who knows? And another thing just passed into law, what was that, June 1st, was the Fed Now Act. The Fed Now Act is basically a gateway law to make CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, legal in the United States. End of the day, what that's there for is they want to get rid of the cash. 3% of all transactions in the US on a daily basis are in cash. They don't know where the money's coming from or where it's going, and they don't like that. So they want to change that. And it's they don't have control on it. They don't like it. They want to have more control over you guys, period. Like, I don't care what anybody says, like, that's the whole purpose of some governments in a bad way. Homestead Aquarius, good evening. Nice to see you. Back into my rant here. Sorry. Let's see here. So they want to control the money. You control the money, you control the world, whatever. Whoever said that originally, I can't remember. But anyways, so they have the Fed Now thing, right? They maybe the whole pandemic thing was a precursor, um, a what would you call that? A run up to what they're actually trying to do, like a test to see what they're trying to do, what they can get away with, how far they can push the people, and what they're willing to accept. Craig Shelby, 1967 Shelby, welcome. I'm just gonna call you Craig. Hey. Um, so, anyways, back to my theory here. I'm giving you guys all the data that leads me up to these theories here. So we have the bullshit going on in the world. I'm here, World War III at this time, like whatever. Kissinger, possibly, yes. Henry Kissinger. Anyways, and I don't know if you guys have been hearing this a lot lately. I keep hearing the word cyber attack, this, cyber attack, that. Um, I don't know if they're trying to warm us up to the idea, oh, it could happen. But if you think about it, cyber attack, it was kind of like the whole 2001 9/11 bullshit where, oh, these guys over here in this general direction, they screwed with us. get them, like, oh, we're under attack. Yeah, point the gun this way. It kind of feels like that. So the thing with cyber attacks, it also is the same thing. It could be a guy in a cave out in freaking Afghanistan. It could be guy right down the street on his freaking laptop. You don't know. It's really easy to point misdirection of hate and blame on a cyber attack to anywhere. So you have cyber attacks. Imagine that. Also, what's going on? We're having a banking crisis unfold upon in front of our eyes. What was that, like four or five, six banks last year that collapsed? And the metrics are not looking good. So if you combine those two, you get a cyber attack on, say, the banking system. It's not going to be very nice, right? A lot of Americans won't have access to their money. People are going to panic. But don't worry, the U.S. government has an answer for you. We have a FedNow account with our fake CBDC money on it now. Here's the free first one's free. Everybody gets 10,000 cyber dollars and everything will just be all right, right? And then after about a year or two of that, then they're gonna get you comfortable with the idea of spending their CBDC and oh yeah, my FedNow card for the one bank, central bank. Forefathers warned against this, right, guys? So the one bank is now in control of all the money, knows about all the transactions. It's one ledger, and I don't know why if FedNow is going to be the thing and they stay on the Swift system and keep controlling all the money that way, or eventually they'll do the XRP thing and figure out a way to control the money that way and link that into the FedNow thing. That's a possibility as well. But let's just say, let's play a scenario here. We've had all these little things add up, right? So let's just say theoretically, yes, they're purposely nuking the economy into the earth to make you guys spend every penny that you have to make you desperate. They got you guys. I don't know about you or the guy down the street, but not many people have money in the savings right now. A lot of people have a lot of maxed out credit cards right now. So keep that in mind. A lot of people are starting to get desperate already. Like all it's going to take is a little push over the edge and say like a cyber attack. We'll blame the cyber terrorists, right? And nobody has access to the money. But don't worry, the feds are going to come and save the day. Here's your FedNow card, right? And then they're going to get people under that, and then they're going to, I don't know what the end game is on that, just other more control and get more tax money, whatever. If you got to pay with a FedNow credit card or ATM card, whatever you want to call the damn thing, to get a freaking dresser at a garage sale for $5, and they want to tax you on it, then maybe that's the end game. Oh man, we can get so much more money out of these people. I feel like they've our forefathers are rolling over in their graves. What was the Boston Tea Party over? It was over a 3% or 7% tax on tea, and they lost their freaking minds. At the end of the day, all the taxes are taken out of your money for your paycheck, what you earn, your hard-earned labor every freaking week. They tax you on the money before you see it. They tax you on the money when you spend it. And then at the end of the year, they tax you on it again for making that money. And then when you die, there's a death tax. I mean, where's it end? So you break it all down at the end of the day, they're probably taking at least 50% of your hard-earned paycheck every freaking week. And I'm 50%. I mean, our forefathers lost their mind at 3 and 7%. Like, what's going on? You go back early 1900s, loan sharks were loaning out money at 10%, and they were considered the criminals. Now we got credit cards at 30 fucking percent. Sorry, pardon my French here. It's getting a little wound up here. They were now now the banksters, the gangsters, if you will, are considered the good guys, and the loan sharks are the criminals. And yeah, it's me. 10% sounds like a great deal right now. Sign me up. Sorry about that, there, guys. I get on a rant here and there. Tooly Tooly, I see you. Thank you, Tooly. Love the coaster. Yes, aka Shylocks? Yeah, something like that. Psylocks? Okay. Yeah, but anyways, here's my theory. What can happen? So we have all these things accumulating, right? Hi, Tui. We have all these things accumulating and stemming to a head. They're getting people desperate. They're nuking the economy. They're prepping you already for the idea of a cyber attack. The banks are very vulnerable right now, to say the least, as far as like there's only going to take a little bit to push them over the edge. Like, what's going to happen if there's a cyber attack on not just one or two of the banks, but all the bankings as a whole? Was, say, the SWIFT system. Now that's no longer viable. Now the Fed comes out with the Fed Now thing, and they tie it to XRP or something like that. And now the whole world, as far as the U.S. dollar is concerned, or whatever variation of it, is now under one ledger, and they tax every living dollar out of you. Yes, that's just a theory of mine. They'll have a shutdown of the government. Oh yeah, now and tie in the other overwhelming freaking the debt clock going on. That's criminal in itself, if you ask me. The percentages that they're uh, taking out on our U.S. Government debt as a whole, like, and just watching that number race up faster than any number in the history of the mankind. I'm just waiting for the headlines for the third. We broke 34 trillion. Whoo! Yeah, like a certain Mr. Guy there, Smart Silver Stacker, said the only way that's even possible to pay off is going to be in devalued currency. I get that, but at the same time, I really don't want to pay $100 for a loaf of bread. You know what I'm saying, guys? Yeah, you guys might be taking some of my rounds, and yeah, this will be your new loaf of bread right here, 4 ounces of copper. Who knows? Or will it be 1 ounce standardized? This is the new $100 bill, 1 ounce of silver. Or is it a 10th ounce of gold? What is it? Thank you, Tuli Tuli. Excuse me. But yeah, guys, I was just I had this idea in my head, and I know I'm ranting a little bit. Feeling pretty good, thank you. But I wanted to get the idea out there. Like, maybe I'm imagining things, I'm connecting dots that aren't there, or maybe this is a potential that's coming down the road. My question for all you guys in the chat is, how can we best and better protect ourselves? It's going to be bad enough not having cash and you're worried about your bills, but at the same time, you cannot get the essentials of everyday life, food, water, gasoline. What's that going to do? Yeah, that's going to push you over the edge. And then you might try to fall, or might be forced to fall for this Fed Now crap. I mean, let's try to fight it the most we can, guys. It's just, I personally, I don't like having a noose around my neck. We simply have no choice. The dollar has been vastly over-leveraged for decades, and we have lost our ability to influence the world. Yes, I agree. They've been robbing us blind, probably since the Federal Reserve Act was that 16th Amendment, whatever the fuck it is, since 1913, 1916, and the Federal Reserve Act came into be. Think about where the dollar was in 1916. Yeah, a dollar, a silver dollar. You know, what's that today? It's called an American Silver Eagle. What's the average price for that? 29, $30 right now. It's literally 30 times what it was before, as far as the U.S. dollar versus the metal. And a lot of people they say that. I'm gonna put that on there for some of our new stackers there, like Silver Boys. It's not that silver and gold go up over time, but it is right now the dollar's going down over time. I believe silver and gold as a whole, they've been flatlined, keeping their value over many years. But the dollar's been going down. That's why it looks like it's going up. But really, it's just a flat line, and the dollar's has been going down. I'm gonna read some of these comments here, guys. Sorry, I'm ranting again. Craig, the only thing I can do is study finances and the tax code to try to keep up. Other than that, stack gold and silver. Whoops, just lost it there. To keep try and learn how to minimize my cost and maximize my profits. Well said. Homestead, yeah, we can fight it by all of us making sure of what out public savants do. We all need to remember that they work for us and do our bidding. Wouldn't that just be nice? We hold some politicians accountable. We have to be vocal and call them out. At least start with opening the eyes of our friends and family to start. Well said. And yeah, thanks, Brooke. Thank you. Homestead, live well beneath. Blah. Excuse me. Oh my God, the text is just coming out through so fast. Live well beneath your means and store away things of value. Have a place to grow your own food and be left alone. Get small. Yes, sir. Keep your bubbles small, guys. Invest in trade skills that will better yourself, become a jack of all trades and master of some to some. Yeah, I agree with that one right there, Craig. Um, someone sent me a funny little short the other day, a little video, and they're like, "Hey, oh man, you always know how to work on cars. You know how to do this. You were a plumber last week." I was like, "Oh yes, well, you see, I grew up poor, so it was either learn how to do it or die." So I thought that was pretty hilarious. I don't know if anybody else has seen that somewhere via video there too. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up in the text here, guys. Sorry if that left out on anybody. I think we are all caught up here. Good to see everybody. Really is. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I just wanted to say thank you again. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. If I don't see you guys again, Happy New Year. Um, yeah, that's all I can say, guys. Be ready for something stupid. I mean, Smart Silver Stacker came on. He just did a video this evening talking about a potential Black Swan event, what he was very vague about, but just saying, with the cup and handle, something's gonna happen. We're in a position now for them to maximize profits on us. I'm a plumber one day and then I'm an electrician the next. That's right, Tuli. You gotta get it where you can. You work too hard for that money just to give it away, am I right? Whew, I am a rambling man tonight. I apologize. I just get on these tangents at times, but at the same time, on this thought process, I thought I'd just share it with you guys. Maybe there is something coming. Maybe there's a Black Swan event coming just by going off of the charts themselves. Maybe all things are equaling one equation. Like I've said in the past, not even wisest men cannot see all ends. Yeah, these are the things that keep me up at night and kept me out of the really good schools. Sorry, just random thoughts like this. See here. Good evening, everyone. Sounds like a deep conversation. Emerald Coast Stacker, welcome, welcome. Hey guys, have you guys noticed? I haven't even looked at my sub numbers for a while, and I just noticed today they're at like 155, and I was like, wow, that is awesome. Thank you, everybody. I do fully intend on doing another giveaway, Broke Battleship, if you will, when we hit 200 subs. So keep an eye out for that. The difference between 100 subs to going to 200. Before I didn't have access to community posts. Now I do. So I will try to mention that in community posts so nobody gets blindsided and misses out on the giveaway. I will try to put a date in there and all that stuff for you guys. So keep an eye out for that. We're relatively close, like another 40 or 50 subs, and we'll be doing that giveaway. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, I just want to take a minute there and regroup. I'm a Christian, rural. I am a Christian and believe the Bible. It warns about the money, government, and so many things. Yeah, it's the mark of the beast right there. You guys always see those stupid things, like on Facebook or whatever social media you're on, like, if you can get rid of one thing in the world, what would you get rid of? My answer has always been plain and simple. It would be money. Get rid of money, get rid of the greed, and the world will be a lot better place. I mean, you can almost have a utopian like Star Trek or something, but at the same time, what's that mean? If you really analyze the social structure of what's going on in Star Trek, it's like, is it really socialism? What's going on there? But the whole sci-fi aspect of it all, and just mankind coming together for the betterment of mankind and preserving and all species and making like this huge federation even bigger, uh, kind of self-prophesizing of you know, kind of like a we want to be one big one world order. I mean, there's a whole nother discussion on that. My theories with the social breakdown inside Star Trek, but if you start looking at it like that in a form of governments, it's its own thing. That's a discussion for a whole different time. But tonight we're gonna be. What do you think, guys? What would be a I've taken in some of your information there on how we can better protect ourselves against this cyber attack, whatever. I think most of us here already keep most of our loot out of the banks, and the banksters can't keep their hands on it, right? So that's one way to do it. Another thing is physical, tangible assets and goods, things you know you guys are going to need, something that's going to save your ass in the end. Like me personally, I have probably over 200 pounds of rice and other goodies down in the basement, down in the storeroom, if you will. So if it comes down to it, all I have is this. Cash is worthless, um, and I can't get my hands on those goods. I can't get my hands on beans, rice, meat, whatever, what have you. I'm ready to go. I can feed my whole family for at least 6 months and never leave the property. So keep that in mind, guys. Like, are you that ready? Are you ready to not only have those supplies, but defend it from the next most desperate son bitch comes across your way? I mean, I've seen some scary movies, guys. Like, don't get me wrong. I believe be your brother's keeper, and I believe in charity and helping out the next guy. But if it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you got to protect your family. Buyer beware. Very good. All right. I'm sorry. I have been kind of halfway ignoring the chat here. I'm just reading through it real quick. I love this community, by the way. You guys freaking rock. I mean, well, like, it's amazing how we can all just come together like this. Birds of a feather flock together, am I right? We're all like minded individuals. We have our own theories. We have our own ways how we do things. But at the same time, at the end of the day, we're all great Americans, or just decent human beings in general. Am I right? Y'all, the classiest people I get to hang out with on a daily basis, and I really do appreciate that. Hey guys, just check it out. This is number two. Should we do this in the giveaway, the 200 subscriber giveaway? Maybe let's keep doing these one through six. We only did six of these, right? At least the first six. So every 100 subs, maybe I'll do these in a giveaway. So you guys saw recently, I hope you saw recently, me polishing up some of my rounds. Um, would you like to see me polish up one of the honeybee rounds, or would you prefer me to leave these alone? Let me make sure my. Oh my gosh, I am so behind on my text. I don't know why my text, the live stream chat froze on me. I apologize. I was wondering why I didn't move for a while. I'm alone. I have my dog to protect. Yeah, that's right. I am looking into vertical farming using atmospheric um, aeroponics. sorry, using 95% less water and 80% less electricity. Um, See people grow many That's a good idea there, Craig. But at the same time, our forefathers might have taught us best not to rely on energy. Don't count on it always being there. When it comes down to it, at the end of the day, you can always burn some wood and stay warm. I wouldn't count on a battery to keep you to save your life. Great community, that's right. Emerald Coast Stacker says, I certainly try to be, but we all have our moments. That's right. We got to be prepared. Amen. Silver Boys Blues. I haven't thought a community like this would be out here, but so glad I found it. Yeah, man. You can't judge a fish on its abilities by how it climbs a tree. Am I right? Um, if you're not in the right circle and you're not thriving, maybe it's time to move to the next circle. Be the best you can be. Am I right? Tully's vote is polish that B round. Booyah. Check Stacker. Merry Christmas, Tully. Great to see you. Homestead Aquarius broke. I need that. I'm building a hive. Well, keep an eye out for that 200 subscriber giveaway, buddy. Emerald Stacker, you definitely need to go vertical on Oahu. There you go. Love that island. Got to cook rice, not ice, right? Am I right? I see those stickers every time I'm out there. Check. Merry Christmas. It's good to see you. Silver Boy Blues. Yes. Give it a polish. All right. Number 2. Keep an eye out for that, guys. I will be doing that this week. I will bust out the rotary tool I have again, and I will polish this guy, and I will even do another time-lapse video. I got to figure out better music. I try to just get some happy tunes in there, but if I can start doing my own music on these things, I think we can make it much more enjoyable, guys. Rice, not ice. That's right, buddy. What would you do other than polish? Leave it alone. There it is, as is. That's what I would do. That's what I did on the very first one. I believe Homestead Aquarius was the lucky winner of my very first round, which is ironic because it's hexagonal in shape, the honeybee round. Love play on words. The broke stacker. What? What is he? Right. Other one I want to do, I want to take this guy to my, what's it called? Bench grinder. Grind down all this excess material. I am going to leave this side alone because it is just so fabulous. And I might clean up the back. We'll see. But that's kind of cool too. Here, let's get the guy back out here. That's different in itself, isn't it? Look at all those cool colors going in there. I might just leave that alone, but I want to clean up this edge. I thought, so what happened with this one? Let me take that away. Sorry. What happened with this one? I had a catastrophic failure. The lid on my furnace pretty much fell apart at 2000 degrees. So I panicked. I took the last little bit out of the crucible and I just dumped it in the mold real quick to try to mitigate and handle the situation. It was unraveling itself on me. And that's all the extra that was in there. I had almost a perfect round's worth in there. If I would have just been patient and did this one right, it would have came out fabulous. I think it still kind of did. I'm just going to take off these edges with a grinder, our pedestal grinder, and we'll make this thing fabulous. Nice win, Homestead, from Tuli Tuli. Emerald Coast Stacker, very cool. Congrats on your first channel piece. Emerald also, I am going to try and do a few medals for my channel piece. There you go. I am going to do a run of aluminum first. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about trying to do aluminum. I haven't really researched that at all. That's a much more abundant material. Be really good to practice with. Another one I've heard that you can practice with that has a much lower melting point is pewter. If you're just trying to get some experience and get in the motion and the rhythm of everything, maybe research a little bit on pewter. But I believe, if I'm not mistaken, aluminum might have a much higher melting point than even copper, but I could be mistaken on that. I've not done any research on that. So do your research first before you do any of that cheap material that I can give to people. There you go, man. That's all it is. Pewter works, copper. I mean, you just find some old extension cords, strip them, throw them in the crucible. There you go. Boom. If you guys went back and saw some of my earlier videos, you'll see where I got all my copper, found it on the side of the road, right? So the I still have quite a bit to work with. So Tuli Tuli. Oh, hang on. Let me read this real quick. Then I'll get back to you there, Tuli. Emerald Coast Stacker, nice aluminum or lead. Yes, lead would also be good, but remember that's toxic. So you gotta wear gloves, masks, all that stuff. You don't want to screw yourself up, buddy. I saw someone do purple gold with 80% gold and 20% aluminum. Is that how you do that? Interesting, Craig. Homestead Aquarius Thule, that be poor, is in my deep stack. Yeah, that's right. Very proud to have that. I watched him melt all that copper wire down and pour all those up. I missed the episode where he did splash dance with the copper. Yeah, that was fun. Yes, water while pouring will ruin your day. I promise you that. Keep everything dry, even your stirring stick. Let's see here. I started scrapping. Very good. You never know what you could do with some scrap. It might come in handy later. I'm not a hoarder by any means, but at the same time, I know being in the construction industry what I can and can't use on a daily basis. Tui says, "Lol, that's where I got my copper." That's right. That's all you need. Rural Girl Craig, I saw a video on purple gold a couple days ago. Very interesting. It is. It is. I did not know it was 80-20 blend of copper and gold. That's very interesting. Metallurgy is very interesting indeed. A little bit of history on that. The one more important piece of history that I know of is nodular iron. If you guys are familiar with nodular iron, it's a much more stronger version of just regular cast iron. It was invented by Henry Wills, Henry Ford's chief metallurgist in the 19 teens or 20s. It must have been the teens. He was awarded a retirement of $3.5 million in, I want to say 1920 or 1919 from Henry Ford. And with that, he opened up his first automobile company. It was the Wills St. Clair. Wills, for his name, of course. And the factory was located by the St. Clair River. These vehicles were short-lived. I'm just going off of memory here. These vehicles were short-lived from I want to say 1920 or 21 to 1926. They only went a few years, and they went out of business because Mr. Wills was notorious for stopping the entire production line just and redoing everything because he found a better way to do it. Now, this is at a time when a Model A was selling for what, $500-600, and he was selling his vehicles for $4,000 in the early 1920s. So roaring 20s and all, right before the Great Depression, but at the same time, it's hard to justify that much money on a vehicle, even though his vehicles, they had a magnesium frame, an aluminum body, and overhead cam V8s, to name a few items that they had over any other car. In fact, it was actually the first car to ever have a tail light. It's an interesting piece of history, the Wills St. Clair. If you guys ever have a chance, check it out. They're more prolific as far as automotive technology than Chrysler, which is also very prolific in technology. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry, guys. Let me go back to the comments here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm just going to go for the big ones. Exactly, Craig. I have a cigar box that I'm toasting all the scrap into. Tossing all the scrap into. It's becoming a fun hobby. Very good. Real girl, very nice. Bye, Tuli Tuli. Oh, Tuli Tuli, you're out of here. Okay. Happy New Year, Rural Girl. Purple, gotcha. I learned about it. Hosted Aquarius. Bye, Tuli. Night all, Tuli Tuli. Bye, Tuli. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I was on a rant again. When I get in the zone, sorry, I kind of ignore the chat sometimes. Craig, Emerald Stacker, I got a free plastic bin of FB Marketplace for free, and I'm using that to store PCB boards and other materials or other metals. Very good. Well, anyways, guys, I'm over an hour now. This is twice as long as I wanted to go. I just wanted to throw that theory out there while it's still fresh in my head. It's not my own personal theory. It could be just complete bullshit. Maybe there's something to it, but just keep in mind with everything going on in the world right now, volatility seems to be the name of the game. We're going to see highs, we're going to see lows, especially when it comes to price of commodities and spot prices of precious metals, stock market, everything. I don't know if you guys have been watching. There's been a lot of ups and downs. It's like a freaking accordion out there every week. So keep that in mind. You guys keep safe out there. Keep on your toes. Be prepared. Keep stacking. Stack 'em high. Guys, have a good night.